Zachary Fowler, and you're watching Fowler's Makery and Mischief. I've been using air rifles in the videos for years now, and everybody's always asking, like, why not a real gun?
Say hello to my little friend!
The answer lies in my childhood. Growing up, I spent a lot of time in the backyard with my G.I. Joes and their little guns making mock battles in the mud. But one day, Dad bought us a Crosman BB gun 10 pump that could take pellets or BBs, and he built me a backdrop. It was just a wooden box with a lip on the front. You could stand up those G.I. Joes, and in the back there was an angle so the pellets or the BBs would bounce into the box and I could reclaim them and shoot them again if they weren't too damaged. And I'd line up my little action figures that I had grown out of at this point, and I'd put one arm in the air kind of waving or attacking another character, and I'd shoot one of their hands off before they could take over the world. After seeing how accurate I became, my father gave me only one warning. Son, if you kill something, you're gonna have to eat it.
All right, we are looking for pigeons. I put out a little thing on Facebook the other day saying, I'm looking to eat some pigeons. And a farmer just down the way was nice enough to get a hold of me. He said they used to have a chicken barn, big chicken barn, and they don't have chickens anymore, and the pigeons are coming and just crapping the place up. So we're gonna see if we can't take care of these pigeons, help the farmer out, and have ourselves a tasty squab dinner. Yeehaw. All right, this is the Krill Puncher Breaker, my 25 caliber pellet gun here, PCP pellet gun. It is very powerful, very almost overkill for this. And I flew the drone around to see the whole place, and now I know where my safe spots are to shoot, so where I got to get to the right angle. That's very important. You know, you don't want to just be shooting skyline. That's a big no-no. And you know, because your shots after they're done dropping off, they don't have a lot of power and can't really hurt much unless they were directly to go through something. But you don't want to just be shooting skyline unless there's just like miles of forest behind it. So I just walked around, made sure everything's clear wherever I shoot. If they're on the roof of the chicken barn, that I get the angle this way so it's off into the miles of woods over there as the shot drops off. I'm all set up, got a good spot, and no sign of the pigeons. Oh wait, there's something. Is that a pigeon? What is that? That's a European starling. They are on the menu. Well,
Due to the high frame rate, you can see the pellet comes into focus, and as it drops in, makes the hit. It was a touch low into the outside, but with a 25 caliber pellet like this, all you have to do is touch it.
that cat just stole it. That cat. I got him. I just saw the cat run towards the barn. It fell out of the tree behind the hill. That stinker. I have no luck today. Where'd he go? Man, I have been into every little building around where I saw him run towards. And that cat stole my European starling. I saw it go down behind the hill and I see him come running. I thought it looked like he had something in his mouth. But I was like focused on like getting over to the spot where I shot the bird. It just dropped like a rock right out of the tree. So I know it did fly off. And then the cat comes running from behind the hill. And I see it out of the corner of my eye. And didn't think nothing of it till I get over the edge of the hill. He stole my dinner. Well, I hope it makes him happy. 'Cause I'm going hungry now. out here at the farm. I should be whispering. I don't want to scare away my game. I got a text this morning. She said pigeons are here. It's confirmed. Let's get them. All right, got 2 on the roof. Oh, it's wet and cold right here, but I don't want to take time to get the blanket. Perfect shot right at 40 yards. Let's see if I can get the elevation. Come on. No. Where is he? No. Where is he? There he is. Right there. There's one. There's one. And there he comes down the roof. Boom. Oh, I was getting up to move, but came back already. Maybe I should just hold still. Oh, it's already cocked. Getting hunting fever. Tried to double cock. What you do not want to do with this gun is load a double pellet, and then it won't be accurate at all. Alright, so a little higher up, a little further up. Come on, get it stable.
Unlike a digital scope that allows you to record, you have to look at like a little TV screen inside the scope with those digital ones. Whereas this Tacticam is using this little bracket that goes over the end of the scope with mirrors. So I'm looking straight through the scope, and the mirrors are projecting that image for the recorder to record the image. So I get that crystal clear image of sighting straight through the right on scope, whereas you don't because I recorded it poorly.
There goes the second one, off the other side of the building. All right, I should go get those now. Safety on. Gotta get over there. I don't want the cat to get my foods this time. Oh, there's another one. This is the third one here. Looks to be about 30 yards. Oh, safety off. Ooh. Woo! Look at that. That's a fat little guy. Beautiful. Right in the head. That's what I was aiming for. Let's see if we got the others. Safety zone. Oh, here we go. That's a high angle. Maybe the second one I get a better angle on. Oh. Nothing to brace on. It's such a high angle from here. There's another one down. On the roof? Okay. I can't shoot them on that ledge without hitting the barn. I want to go poking tiny holes in the... Will your mom care? Huh? Will your mom care? No. All right, then they're going down. The other one didn't even move. No, it's still sitting up there. Oh, where'd she go? There she is. Oh, that's a tight shot. I better zoom in. Oh, he's right behind a piece of metal. So I have to shoot him in the head. There's two there. Maybe I can get two with one shot if he ducks his head down. Either have him or him. Missed. Total miss. Safety on, go get my birds. Two, three, and four. Whew. Ah, all right, 4 birds, and the day is still early. What a awesome! The girls, oh, they're in for a treat. I wonder, what do you think they're gonna think of this? What are my girls gonna think of pigeon for dinner? That's the long shot right there. All the way up to the far side of the barn. Let's see, where can I get him from? Oh, he's flapping a little bit. He's getting leery. Somebody's on, oh, somebody's onto my game. He moved. It's like too many of my friends disappearing too quickly. I'm gonna need a bigger haversack here. No, they all fit. Keep the cats away from my catches in my haversack. Don't want to lose any of those today. All right, not bad. 4 of them. I'm gonna take a peek in the woods for that one that I definitely hit and looked like it was fluttering down and around the barn to go into the bushes. See if I can't get my hands on that. Don't want to waste anything. Jeepers, it could be anywhere. Might just be careful. It could have just fluttered down and into the, tucked into the bushes. Tucked into any of this, I'd never see him. Where would you hide if you were a wounded pigeon? Gray branches. Gray trees, no leaves. There's no. Unless he was laying out here like flopped over somewhere. That ain't happening. All right. I think with that last shot, I may have scared him off for good. I still have a little bit of time before I get the girls. I think I'm gonna hit the stream before I pick them up. Time's up. Gotta go get the girls. Got the smoker going. We're gonna try and smoke our pigeons for a little bit. Kids are out playing. Just enjoying a quiet Sunday with the family. What a beautiful day. They're not baby onions, they're chives.
We got chives for you.
Imagine if I opened this up and one flew off. Wouldn't that be something weird?
Dad, I got chives for you. Chives.
You do?
Yep. Right there.
Ah! Those aren't chives, those are garlic. Oh, that's fresh. There's garlic growing in there. That's crazy. Go replant them.
Okay.
Go replant them.
Dad, why can't we have it on our pigeon?
What, guys, they're not ready yet. They're just the clove has just started to grow. Where'd you find them?
We found them over here. We're gonna make a new
And they were
little...
growing and sticking out?
We're gonna make we didn't know it. We thought they were onions.
Those little hills are chives.
Mom had these before and she put holes and she put them in a honey jar.
Trying to decide how to do these up. Do the real easy way and just get the meat out of them, the two breasts, or do it the plucking, all kinds of mess. Plucking actually goes kind of easy. It tastes so much better if they got the skin on. It's just, oh, it's so good. I think I'm gonna do that, but maybe I won't do that right here in my yard. Maybe in the corner of the yard. Who wants to help pluck feathers?
Where's the head, Dad?
Right here.
I want to see the skinny body.
A skinny body?
Where's the eye? The skinny body. Dad, where did you shoot it?
That one right in the head.
Yuck. Ooh. Ooh.
Go ahead and just
yucky.
grab them and just pull out the feathers.
Okay. Ew.
Yep, go ahead.
It was gross. It looks yucky. They're soft, though. Ooh, I want to see the wings. I like the wings.
Start right where these short, small feathers, big clumps.
It smells. I'm touching the feet.
I don't smell anything.
I'm gonna get feathers.
You're getting feathers? You're supposed to be plucking feathers. Grab yourself a bird sparrow and start plucking.
Ew, what is that? I can see one with that the skin?
Go ahead. Go ahead and pluck all the feathers out, right? Yeah, that's what we're supposed to be doing. Get down to the skin.
I see. And I felt the skin. It feels weird. I saw one was like this. Where's the head in this plant, baby?
Right there.
You shot the eyes. The nail is touching the wing. You shot the eye down.
Mm-hmm.
Could you pluck the bottom? I pluck. Ooh, pretty wings. Yeah, I'm gonna
These pluck really, really well, so I'm happy about that.
I want a collection of feathers. Is that the butt, Dad?
No, that's the top of his butt, like his bottom.
Look,
so
Abby, I see the butt. That's ew! That's gross.
You dorks.
Pluck your pigeon.
Here we go, one all plucked. Just like tiny little chickens. It's just a little fistful of bird.
If you see a
Doesn't
little
weigh that
hole,
much.
then that feels weird. If you see, Sir, touch it. I'm flying. Jesus, don't kill me.
What was that? Jesus, don't kill me?
Yes, the board said it.
Oh, gee. Got all 4 of our little birds all stripped down, defeathered. A couple pin feathers here I gotta get at, but I'm actually gonna use my fillet knife because I'm gonna go in around the cloaca and then up the breast, and I'm gonna cut the birds in half with this guy so I can put them on the grill to to smoke, and then fire up the grill and grill them the rest of the way. And when you're done with that, you're left with nothing but the meat, just like a chicken from the store, except for this chicken's been split so I could put it on the grill and press it and grill it just like that. Alright, all in all, I'm pretty happy with that. 4 solid pigeons with solid bits of meat on it. None of it had to be thrown away. That one did take a little more rinsing out because of some of the blood inside the body cavity. But clean, delicious meat I harvested myself. Nothing like a catch and cook to make you feel like a real man. Make you feel successful, strong. Good thing. Not just getting outdoors, but get outdoors and catch something and then cook it for yourself. Now they're on to smoke for an hour, and then I'll fire up the grill part of this and sear, cook them the rest of the way through, or cook them at all because this is cold smoking. I'm just adding flavor. They're gonna be so good.
Chicken.
Yeah, right? Let's say grace, and then we'll try them. I'm trying to get something out, weren't you? What'd you want to say?
I'm sweaty. I'm sweaty.
Dear Jesus, thank you for this food. Bless this food to our bodies. In Jesus' name, amen. Alright.
Now we can eat.
Now we can eat. We got some green beans.
I'm hungry.
And
Dad, what's on top of it?
There's that. And which one do you want?
That one.
Alright, I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut the breast meat off for you.
Breast?
Well, yeah, just like chicken.
No.
It's got a big old piece of meat on it.
Oh man, that looks disgusting.
Kind of looks like turkey. See? It's a nice old piece. Here. What do you think? You like it? They turned out a little tougher than I meant them to be.
On my chicken, I want adobo.
Oh, you want adobo? Alright, here. Both of you have a piece, and we'll see what you think. Here's a little adobo there, Sparrow. And here's some more. Alright, pass the adobo, Sparrow.
That's a lot of adobo.
You did get a lot on that.
I did like 2 shakes.
You did 2 shakes?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. First time eating pigeon that you know of.
It tastes like chicken with the adobo on it.
Cool.
Yummy. Can I have some more, please?
You want more?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me
like
too,
it.
me too.
Alright.
Yay,
Alright.
pigeon!
I will. Whoa, okay. I think, Sparrow, you've had enough adobo for the night.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You have a good shaker because I'm not a good shaker.
You're a great shaker. You're just an over shaker. Oh wait, here's something different. Alright, a heart.
No, I'm not trying hard.
I'll eat it.
I'm not trying hard.
All right, I just give you the tiniest piece.
Barely any.
It's very good.
This piece.
No, you want that piece. That's too. Here you go. Here.
I want to do it without Wadobo.
Here, I'll put a little Wadobo on it.
A lot.
A lot of Wadobo on it. All right.
Yeah.
You don't.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down for you on the heart.
It tastes sweet.
It tastes like
Salt.
it tastes like
Yeah, because you guys just smothered it in Wadobo.
I love it. It feels like and it tastes
You like
like
the heart?
it feels like and it tastes like cotton candy. Just a little bit.
How? I did not.
Only a little bit. Only a little bit tastes like cotton candy. Only a pinch.
All right, I haven't had a chance to even take a bite. Let me see.
Okay, that's a lot.
That's good. That's some good pigeon.
So that's the Krill Puncher Breaker with the 25 caliber pellets. That thing is awesome. And the Tacticam, so you can see the shots after. They weren't as clear because I didn't have it adjusted right, so don't hold that against Tacticam. I did the pigeons a little bit on the overcooked side, honestly. I love pigeons and I've done a much better job in other videos. But the 25 caliber pellets in the Krill Puncher is capable of far more than that. Let's head up to the Rockies, and as this video goes on, we're going to get bigger and bigger game.
There's one. Good size. Dang it. Darn, he was right there. 40 yards. I laid down to find him and he's gone. All right, 4 shots, 4 gophers. 4 gophers for the stew pot. Gotta get those cleaned up and put them in there so we can go down and check on the fissuation. If we have gophers like this every so often and we can find some more spots like that, and we got fish down at the lake, we are gonna be set. Alright, time to clean some gophers. I'm gonna skip this part so you don't have to see it. I wanted to clean some of my stuff so I could put my clean gopher meat into my signal blanket that I use for stuff like this, fish, and I haven't stopped moving. I haven't had a chance to do my laundry or take a bath. This is way harder than Texas. This whole, oh man. All right, gophers are on. Woohoo! Gopher stew.
Again.
Again.
Oh well.
They'll eat.
They'll eat.
They'll eat. They even taste good. It's just, I don't know. How many can you eat? I mean, these ones will taste good, and they'll taste good with adobo. They're just small. It's a lot of work to eat them. You pop the lid on that. Our gopher stew is looking delicious, but they are very stiff still. So they will soften up.
Put them on the simmer again tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They'll be so soft and juicy by breakfast. Ooh, meat falls right off the bones. I'm gonna get my bowl out. In Jesus' name, amen. Let's see, how is 24-hour stewed gopher? Of course, as hungry as I am at this point, I don't know. I think it's good. Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. Hasn't rained all day. I get back and I want to relax and enjoy my gopher. Then there's a light sprinkle. A light spritz. All right.
See, it's nice and tender this time, though, eh?
Yeah, yeah, they're quite tender. They taste like chicken.
That was a really successful cook, and at this point in the adventure, we had been pretty hungry for a couple of days, so it felt pretty good to eat so well. And something like those ground squirrels stewed like that, they just fall apart and melt in your mouth. But earlier, I had a little bit of a hard time with the grill puncher. That first time I opened it up in the Rockies, it kept losing its air pressure. I don't know if it was the flight up there or what. Something became dislodged, and I actually had to take it apart and reassemble it, but I didn't know that this day. I actually just pumped it up like 5 times, sighted it in, kept losing its air pressure. After 3 days of minimal food and having to do 300 pumps to get it pumped up just to sight it in, and then another 300 and realizing it's losing pressure, and then another 300 and then running down the road and trying to get these ground squirrels before it loses its pressure, makes this one of the harder shots I've had to make when you're hungry.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, now he took off.
Yeah.
On the log again, eh?
I got that one.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
On the log again, eh?
I got that one. Oh, yeah. I can see him still twitching around up there.
Okay, well, we better
Oh,
grab him.
wait.
Think you got him too?
Yeah.
We got 2. Oh yeah, I see him twitching. He's coming down the hill, see?
Yeah. Let's grab him. Not this one. Yeah. I mean, by the time they come back out, maybe not. Whew. Here we go. 2 of them. Nice clean headshots. Beautiful little size. Those would be a delicious meal, huh? And number 3. That's the little guy.
Despite the challenge, I did pretty well, and we got 3 good-sized little ground squirrels, and we took them back and put them on to smoke over the fire. Might not look all that tasty, but once that smoke sinks into those, and they're all like stiff and tough, and they've sat like that for a bit, and you put them into a stew with some wild onions, oh, they were delicious.
There we go, coming right apart. Boom. Gopher. Yep. Oh. It's delicious.
Next up, I went after some squirrels at home, but I ended up getting something a little bit bigger and weirder.
Up at the old land, I'm gonna see if we can't get ourselves a squirrel and go out to this tree fort thing I built you guys haven't even seen yet. Let's go. We're gonna take the air rifle with us today. Got the 25 caliber krill puncher breaker, and I sighted it in earlier. And it's been a little bit since I've used it. I was having a little bit of a hard time. The shots were just all over the place. They were just everywhere. And I looked down, and it turned out I had accidentally packed the bag with 22 caliber rounds. I went up and grabbed some other rounds. They looked really cool, like this little cookie cutter pattern, so they should spread. Those just were super inconsistent as well. So I cleaned the barrel, went back to my favorite exact king 25s, and boom, spot on, just stacking the shots up. So this will be what we're going after our squirrel with, and then we'll catch and cook our squirrel and cook it up the tree today. I get about 12 to 14 shots out of it. And there's this area in which, where it's too full, the shots go a little bit higher, and then when it's a little bit on the lower side, they go a little bit lower. So if I paid more attention to it, I could probably get about 36 shots out of it, and just have to know how that works. Let's go for a little walk in the woods, see if we can't find ourselves a squirrel. So you might remember this from my bear safe hammocking. I made this one, oh, I don't know, must be 3 years ago now. I don't think I dare to go up there. It wasn't the best lashing line that I chose. This was before I started using the tarred bank line, which the tar protects it from the sun. And so the lashing on this is all white nylon line, and it's definitely degraded from the sun. We got something. Not what we were looking for. Big old porcupine up in the tree. Hey little porcupine, you kind of stand out like a sore thumb. He's not being phased, he's taking a nap. His head must be tucked around underneath him or something. Squirrels are really tasty. They're like little Cornish hens almost. Not a lot on them, but you get a big one, it's pretty decent to eat for one person, maybe even two. And I even brought some apples, so I was gonna make an apple chutney. My clip came undone. Let's see. He was through here this morning. Yep, big buck. Everybody else is out hunting deer, and we're out here looking for squirrels. I have another air rifle coming that's gonna shoot arrows, so this is part this and part scouting mission as well. Very rich, musky. Check on it. I don't see any blood, but there's a nice gouge where the pellet punched through him. I don't see any blood on the branch. I heard him. Saw him hit here and kind of like go over the cliff. Considering the nick on the tree and the lack of blood on the branch, I'd have to rewatch it on the Tacticam, but it must have skunned him and made him go all like, ah, and take off. Big nest. He made it home safe. All right, on to the next one. We got a little porcupine right there. And now there's two. I don't know where the other one came from, but after making my way all around, missing that one squirrel, whether I winged him or got him and he dug into a hole, either way I lost him, which is kind of a bummer. And at this point I almost feel bad if I got a squirrel, because I went all the way around the lands beyond my land that I have permission to hunt on, and just nothing doing. So I think it's a sign. We're supposed to have porcupine up a tree and cook it up a tree with our apple thing and make it taste real good. Porcupines can be kind of an invasive species at times. They, especially in like farms and urban areas, they you know, they'll really mess things up. Let's get our porcupine, and then we'll head up to the tree for it. Sounded clean. He's down, and I don't hear any movement. Looked like it was where I was going for. It was like right behind the ear. Nice clean drop. Let's go collect our lunch. Yep, nothing. Do not pet them this way. You could actually pet a porcupine if you had a pet porcupine, as long as you pet him that way and he doesn't get his quills up. But check these out. There's one that came out. They come out fairly easily. Right there. Oh yeah, I can stab it into my finger pretty easily. So you get one of these in you, you're going to need to cut it because it's full of air, and that should make it so that you can pull it out a little bit easier. So I'm going to take some of these long wire hairs. It kind of reminds me of deer hair, the way it's very stiff, but look at how long it is. It's got a good 5 inches or so, and I think these long wiry hairs will make some awesome fly tying. I haven't done a lot of that, and I'm going to save a pile of quills too. Maybe there's something I could do there, either fly tying or make a Native American style necklace. I always like to try to make the most out of, you know, something I harvest from the wild. I still have a squirrel from when Chris and I did it, drying in the wall, and I meant to tie some flies this spring and I haven't done it. So maybe with these two things combined, get off my butt and do some squirrel and porcupine flies for spring and or for late fall this year, and do some trout fishing, or for the ice fishing, right? It's good. Quite a bit. Didn't even make a dent in how many quills he has. I think that'll be enough. Hopefully that's enough, and I don't end up doing some project and be like, oh, if I only had half as many again. There's I definitely get quite a bit. I mean, that's one pinch real quick, just each time. Pinch, big pile. Pinch, big pile. You can't even tell that it's made a difference. So I tried to get a bunch of short ones and a bunch of some longer ones, and maybe I can make, I don't know, something cute for Sarah, some cool earrings, or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's some other stuff if I look it up, that some of my old lore books that I haven't done before. Some sort of a fish hook, or I know you can. I believe you can sew with these, but they don't seem that stiff to me. It doesn't take much to bend them. So we'll see. Take it home. Definitely can make a fly with it from the hair, some of these longer hairs, like I was saying, and can definitely use some of that for some sort of a fly body as well. So I'm going to process up the porcupine right now. That'll be in an unlisted link below if you want to see that sort of thing, and we will get him ready for the pan. He has a a slight musky smell to him, and but clean. Everything I've seen so far is very clean. I've been pretty fortunate that I've never harvested something that I was so grossed out by because of, I don't know, something that that stopped me from being able to eat it. You always check the organs when you're processing your food, and if the organs are damaged or spotted, like the liver, things like that are messed up, you can't eat the organs. It could also be, if it's really bad, I mean, it could be a sign of there's something really wrong with it. He does have a little bit of a musky smell, but not bad. There's only been one time where I did something kind of gross and ate it anyway. The rabbit on the 30-day survival challenge with Chris Thorne, Drop Forge Survival. I didn't tell him about it, but the one I shot with a 50 cal, like worms were coming out of it and stuff, and I just processed it up, and I went and just boiled it for 6 hours with some adobo, and we ate it. If I had told him, he probably wouldn't have touched it, and my partner would have been too weak to go on, and I would have been able to eat the whole rabbit by myself, but I kept it to myself, cleaned it up. I didn't see any worms in the rest of the meat. It was like kind of between the hide and the outside of the meat, and there was no other sign of it, and we ate it. I know, kind of gross, right? But we literally were surviving, and so it was, that's how it roll. That's how you roll, you know? So much meat here. Sarah did say to bring her back some meat, squirrel meat, bring her back a leg. Once we process it all down, we make it into a delicious meal. I'll bring some home. She'll never know the difference. I'll put a clip at the end so you can see what her reaction is when I tell her after she eats it and she says how delicious my cooking is, that it's actually porcupine. And we got a porcupine. A nice, clean porcupine. Meat, just like any other meat from the store, honestly. It looks a little bigger than, you know, the rabbits and stuff that I've got in the past. And a lot cleaner and a lot nicer looking than the raccoons and especially possum. That was tough. I'll get cleaned up and head up and do some cooking. Moss cleanup. We'll sprinkle a little water on there. When you have to tear the moss up, it's just a nice little Brillo of the woods. Scrub those hands up and get them nice and clean. It was a very clean animal, actually. I was pretty impressed with that. Pretty psyched. And make a culinary masterpiece up in the trees. What are the odds that I can get these home safely without jabbing myself? Ow. Well, here it is. The old, or like I said before, I built this a year ago for a TV show. And these are actually tongue and groove, so it didn't need to be lashed. The purpose being, like, if you're out in a survival situation, you could save on the materials you have with you. Joints still seem pretty solid 1 year later. That one seems a little on the looser side, but it doesn't seem like it can come out. So these, that's still solid, holding it in. I did do a little extra lashing here and here just to make sure everything is good. Oh man, well, I guess those tarps can hold water for a long time. It literally is, tomorrow or something is 1 year later from when I built this. And that's full of water. Still seems solid. Don't feel much of a wiggle to it. Get this tarp out of my way. Alright, going for it. We're going for it. Oh, scary. Oh man, this is solid. My bed's still here. Just dump a bunch of that water. Ow. I finished it and I never actually spent the night up here. Like I was supposed to come back and then it was all canceled.
Weren't you fired?
Is it not a fact that you were fired from your job?
No, you were fired.
I never did more with it and I thought, oh, I could use this for deer hunting. Oh, this is really comfortable. This is really, I didn't do a very good job of obviously rigging up my tarp. I thought I had brought that home with me, and we'll see how she fares after a year of just being in the outdoors from the sun and the wind. And my plan was to come back and then I would tie the tarp up better and get it so that it's, you know, there's some sticks that were holding it out better and a tighter ridge line for it so it'd be more durable. And then I was gonna build some more railings and some more everything. But right now, maybe I could bring up some like camo blind or something, or brush, kind of thicken this in. Don't worry, dear, it's just a little squirrel's nest up in the tree. Don't mind them squirrels, they don't shoot back or nothing. And sit right here. I got my trail cam down there and they're on the footage. There's a nice buck or two that have come by in the night. Earlier in the year there was some little 4-pointer, and there's been a lot of does, and so I got a doe tag. I'll have to check on when the dates of how long that's still good for. But I get this air rifle that does arrows. The 50 cal does that, and you've seen me do that, but this is a new Krell air rifle that 357 and arrows. I can sit right up here, prop it up on the bench here, get myself a deer. Suppose I can make a couple things so I can have a seat here, bit of a table right there, and make my cooking, do some cooking right there. That way I can climb down and get firewood and climb back up. Guess we better get some mud. Nice. I was able to come up through with my backpack on. I didn't really think about it that way when I built it. But that would have been annoying if you had to try to wrestle it up here. Let's see. I'm gonna need a shovel to bring up some mud. Is there a log I could throw this into? Right. A tree. There's a log. Right there. Boom. All right, and got our little pot. It's a little small for the porcupine, but we'll put the legs in here. And, ooh, coffee. I almost forgot I brought that. Journal, bank line. I'm gonna throw a piece of this down just in case I wanna pull up something. The old backwoods dumbwaiter. Wonder why they called it a dumbwaiter. I mean, because it seems like it was a good idea, not like a dumb idea. We're gonna have to do something with our little fella here because I want to use that to put mud in to bring up to create my fire on the platform. There. We're on an adventure, we got meat hanging, you're doing good. Not really mud, but it's wet. You really want clay for something like this because then it's a permanent thing. But this will work for a one-off. There we go. That's enough green wood for my fire bed. I did it. I guess we could just dump this out. Oh, don't want to lose any of it over the edge. Yeah. Get your hands in that dirt and get dirty. Get out in the woods and get dirty. Oh yeah, it's gonna work great. That's perfect. It's all green, so that should protect it. The green stuff won't burn through in one cook. Come on, run up. I'll have to keep it nice and low because getting past it, just a perfect day. Praise God for adventure, for the beautiful creation to play in. I'm glad I got the porcupine because I think at this point I actually would feel pretty bad if I didn't see a single squirrel, but I go and harvest the only squirrel I've ever seen this year up in the woods. Take my birch bark and fluff it up. There we go. Woo, we got fire. Fire in the trees, run boy, run. Oops, just lost a piece of firewood over the side. It's gonna take some gentle handling. Fortunately, any of the lashings, if these ones did get burnt, these are just holding the logs so they don't roll side to side. This isn't anything structural. It's just so it's not wiggly underneath foot. So if I do get a coal on one of them and it melts the line a little bit and ruins the integrity, I'm not going down, don't worry. I'll be just fine. Except for sitting right here is the hot seat. Apparently, we've got to move over. There we go. Just add a little smoke and flavor that way. Isn't this cool? Isn't this cool? Ooh, it's getting a bit smoky over here. Smoke, rabbit, rabbit. Porcupine, porcupine, something. 1, 2, 3. What I'm gonna do is cook the porcupine up a little bit, slowly, kind of smoking, warming, flavoring it. And then I will add it to the chutney, which is just apples, apple cider vinegar, and usually they use mustard seed and some other stuff in it, but I'm going for Bragg's apple cider vinegar, maple adobo. So it's not a legitimate chutney, just a expression of my feelings when I think of an apple chutney. These are an organic farm-raised apple from the town of Union. Actually, I don't even know where they're from. They were just on the counter at home. So I don't know if these are even locally or sustainably harvested. Why, no, sir, Warden. I wasn't baiting deer with apples. I was making an apple chutney for my possum. I mean, for my porcupine I was cooking in my tree stand. Pretty sure it's okay to make apple chutney in your tree stand. That's just, what kind of world do we live in? It's so ridiculous that you can't peel your apple. Apple cider vinegar. Blub, 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 blub. Good. Hefty dose of the maple adobo. Whoa. I'm gonna dump it right in there. Wow, look at that. Put that on there. I'm gonna have to watch this really closely because this is one of those things, if your pan flips off the fire, I'm always talking about that, I feel like. If your pan flips off the fire, you're hurting. Well, you're hurting bad here. It doesn't just flip a little bit. That's just gonna go everywhere if it comes off the top of here. There won't be any recovering some of that to eat. Unless by some magic coincidence, she does a triple Lutz and lands on her feet, right? All right. A nice chutney's supposed to look, right? Started to burn along the edge. Hopefully I didn't get any burnt flavor into it. Let's try it. That's good. Very hot, but just right to go and stick some meat in here. Cooking and smoking now. It's probably been an hour. You want a wing or a wing or a lit? Need a bigger boat. We're gonna need a bigger boat. Doesn't that just look like a brown delicious? Somebody's gonna be like, ah, that looks like the weird wooded beardsman's cooking. And you're doing something in a stew pot and you're trying to get the most of it. That's more than likely what's gonna happen. Now, they're all pretty well covered. We'll put that back on some coals here to simmer. A dash of water. Yeehaw. Oh, this is crazy. This is too cool. Crazy and cool. Right in my journal. Whew, smoke's getting to me though. That is the one biggest disadvantage I have to say of cooking up in a tree. Cook down below, you can shift to the side of the fire, the wind isn't blowing the smoke in your face. What a life, huh?
Dear Diary, my mom loves to tell the story to people about how when I was around 10 years old, she filled a glass of water halfway up and asked me, is this half full or half empty? In a desire to find out if I was an optimist or a pessimist. She believed she already knew the answer, and thinking that I'm an optimist, I'd say it was half full. I surprised her with, it's full. She thought I was a super optimist. But in reality, due to all the spills at the dinner table and all the spills when we go out to eat, I was only ever given a half a glass of anything. So as far as I was concerned, any glass halfway filled up was 100% full. And even now, on some fundamental level, I see every opportunity and every situation that way. Whether they're half or not, it's always a full to me.
Didn't build my floor tight enough. I'm losing stuff out of the tree. Well, the meat is pulling back from the bone on this bottom one. Well, maybe we'll pull this leg out. It's definitely cooked. I'll put that back on to simmer. So I can tell you right now, this is gonna be tough. When I did meatlets like this, it's best for them to cook all the way overnight. Pretty good. And almost impossible to eat. Ugh. It's so rugged. So stiff. Flavor though. Nailed it. That's really good. Almost reminds me of goat a little bit. You know? So it's like, see how tough and, I mean, like, yeah, like goat. It's getting stuck in my teeth. Just like goat does. Good flavor. Spot on flavor. Nothing gamey and gross about it. Not like a possum. That's that little piece right there when the knife cut through it at the edge of the, that kind of stuff. Very apple-y. And the maple. Very fibery. It definitely needs some long stewing, but I'm very happy with that. Yeah, another fun little adventure. I'm gonna have to carve some toothpicks after this. Definitely the best way to do anything like this wild game. get it going, move a couple coals to the side, and bury your pot as much as you possibly can and let it sit until the next morning. Then the meat just falls right apart in your mouth. Might still be a bit stringy when it comes to things like goat or wild game, but the flavor penetrates all the way through and the meat just falls right off the bone. For a fast little adventure, one day catch and cook up a tree, I'm pretty happy. So I processed up some of the porcupine after doing a whole night bake on it, so now it's all tender and it was just falling off the bone. And I did some rice. We'll get that ready for Sarah and the girls. But rice and apple stuff for each bowl. So I've already given it a nibble and it's like 10 times better than it was when I was up in the tree. And now we're gonna see what Sarah and the girls think. All right, put butter down, it's time to eat. All right.
No.
Say grace.
No.
Lord, thank you for this food. Bless this food to our body. In Jesus' name. Amen. Well, silly heads.
Can I have a fork?
You may have a fork there, right there. All right. Everybody give it a good try.
I don't need it.
See what you think. What do you think?
I'm probably throwing up after
Who's going for the first bite? No? What?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's really good.
That's not a glowing report. Did it get weird since the last time I ate it? Like what was wrong? What's wrong with it?
I don't like it.
That's good.
I don't like
You
it.
don't really that, what?
Can I have soy sauce?
Alright.
No, I made it.
Is it that bad?
I don't like the steak. I just like the rice.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
not steak.
What is it?
I'll take another bite and I'll tell you.
Is it lamb,
No.
pig,
No.
cow,
No.
Skunk.
meat?
It's meat, that's for sure.
Skunk.
This better not be duck.
It's not skunk.
It's duck meat, isn't it?
No, it's not duck meat. That would be really, really good.
Is it goose?
No.
What is it?
It's porcupine.
Oh my god! You savage! You savage! I hate you!
Oh, come on. It wasn't that
I
bad.
hate you!
I love Pokemon.
What do you think?
Murdered a defenseless animal!
All right. Yeah.
It's not my favorite out of what you've done, but
I love
it's
Pokemon.
still pretty good with apple.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It's edible,
It's edible.
It's disgusting.
but you're still looking forward to the Swiss chard and to wash it down.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what their problem is. That's all right. More for me. Couldn't be happier with the Krill Puncher Breaker, and I love my setup. I got it super dialed now. I'm so happy with that. But somebody sent me an Atman A2R, and that's also a 25 caliber. I thought, let's give it a try. When I looked it up, it's actually a slightly more expensive gun, and I'm curious to see what that's capable of out of the box. Just got to move the Tacticam over onto the Atman. The Tacticam's pretty cool. I can look down the scope, cleanly see it, but that mirror in the Tacticam allows it to pick up and record what I'm seeing down the scope. The only detractor I feel like with this Tacticam is you gotta hook it up to the app to be able to see what the Tacticam is seeing and make sure that it's in focus before you start recording, otherwise you might have an out of focus shot, even though I can see that it's crystal clear looking through the scope. Whereas the side shot that I used in the Rockies uses your phone, and they have other versions with the GoPro, and you can see what it's recording and how clear it is at the exact same time as you're shooting. The side shot takes up a lot of space and it sticks out really far, and you always have to disassemble it between every use, whereas the Tacticam, you don't have to disassemble it after every use. It closes right up in the gun box. You can even attach it to the end of a shotgun barrel, and it can be operated remotely and linked up with several other Tacticams to turn on all at the same time. But for now, it's my favorite, and if they ever actually come up with a display screen on the side, oh man, that'd be dreamy. It really was amazingly accurate right out of the box. I stacked so many shots right on top of each other. I even tried a couple other air rifles that were sent me, and they weren't nearly as accurate out of the box, and I couldn't even get them nearly as dialed as the Atman. But it also made me question those flyers that I have for my Krill Puncher Breaker. I realized I might not have been cleaning my air rifles as good as I should have been. And then we got the Aspen, and this is a pump, because I said I'd like a pump. You know, that's how I started out with air rifles when I was a kid, is the old pump air rifle here. I took all kinds of squirrels. I was the pest control of the neighborhood. There was squirrels that were trying to dig their way into people's houses and had dug their way into people's houses, and so I would dispatch them for them with my little pump action air rifle. So I wanted one of those, and they sent me this one, and then a brake barrel. And I had never had one of those growing up. My dad got one, and so it's basically, we have the 3 different main types of air rifles that exist on the market, minus a CO2 cylinder air rifle, because that's not really what this is about. This is about having an air rifle and having it around. Maybe you keep it at your deer camp, having an air rifle that you pick up for the purposes of just having it available should everything else go away. The ability to buy bullets for a 22, something like that. Which one could you stock up on? Wow, that thing is sweet. That has got such a light trigger though. It's it feels different than my last air rifle. It's like you get it right on target, and all you gotta do is just the lightest touch on that trigger. Is it Ottoman or Atman? Ataman? 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 Forgive me if I'm hacking your name. And 25 caliber, I could probably take good size woodchucks, all kinds of stuff like that. Aspen. Aspen. Let's see what it takes to pump this baby up. Takes 32 pumps. Now let's see how many shots. Hopefully it doesn't take long to sight in. You can hook up a tank. There's a little valve piece for it, so you can have an external tank. So I imagine you could hook up a small tank and then work on your sighting it in, practicing your shots. And then when you're out in the wild, that's what makes this kind of a great prepper's gun, because it comes with everything included in it. And it's, weight-wise, it weighs less than that guy, because this has a big built-in PCP tank. There it is, on the paper now. Well, she's consistently off. I'm gonna blame it on the scope. You're definitely gonna want a real scope. One thing I did notice about this though, is that I got a whole cartridge of shots off, just in from 1 to 3. So that's pretty good for pumping up. All right, third one. I have not tried one of these brake barrels in forever. This is, feels weird just grabbing onto a barrel and just pulling her over like that. And this one's a 22. It's got like a split head. Holy cow! This thing has some serious kick to it. For the brake barrel and the spring that's in this to propel the air in the, wow. That's insane. Oh, I like how the safety goes back on every time. That's kind of nifty. Wow. That has so much kick to it. Not bad for an iron sight. I don't know anybody that'd be shooting a squirrel at this distance anyways. I don't know why everything's always about shooting squirrels with me. For those of you that watch it because you just like to shoot targets, just ignore that part of the video. You can shoot your targets, and I can shoot my dinner. I feel like Vasily Zaitsev, like this is a challenge. This isn't just, you know, open iron sights, 40 yards. Granted, the lens does add a little bit of, makes it look a little bit further, but that's what I'm squinting at when I'm looking down range at that. My eye is a little bit more capable than that lens to have this a little less blurry on the back, and this is a little bit more blurry on the front, and the target is a little more in focus too. This is probably a 30-yard air rifle, or Springer break barrel rifle here. And this, I think I would feel more comfortable. I don't know, with that better scope on it, it's doing good. But this guy, you get what you pay for. I mean, if you're gonna be doomsdayed out, oops, it's a lift and turn. Doomsdayed out and be able to whack targets. This guy is definitely the winner of the bunch, which shouldn't be any surprise. I'll load her up one more time. Let's try to take a crack shot at something that's something unique. Go right for the ace of spades. Ah! Let's see if we can split that. If it almost disappears right now, imagine all the way back. Got it! Ha ha! I don't think that's for me. The moment I got it.
Strangely, in the center.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how that seemed physically possible.
That is insane. Okay, I know how it is. So it must have pushed the card a little bit, just a little, like boom. So I didn't hit it directly on the end. I just skimmed the edge here on this side and came out through that side. That's kind of a wild shot. Alright, nothing on. Oh, look at that. There's a crease. Look at that. I just creased it. A little skid mark right across it from the pellet. That's insane. Okay, so it's a little high. Man, this thing is accurate. Got it. 3 shots. Squeeze the trigger, just like when I shoot the slingshot. As I let that ammo fly down range, I feel it in my bones. Like, you just feel that was on. That was perfect. It doesn't get much better than this one. Oh my goodness. Is that clean or what? Look at that. That is a clean card cut. Where's the other half? There it is right there. Wow. That's pretty much 3 in a row. Except for I didn't get all the way through each of these. That was the back half of it cut through the center while it was still side on, like that much. And then this one, it took that whole little swath right out of it. That's so wild. The exact diameter of the 25 caliber. I wonder if there's a little strip somewhere. But outside of one miss, that was 3 in a row. That's some serious accuracy out of that thing. And what do you got?
I've got my magic wand box that my dad made me from a Sedona tree.
And what are you gonna do with that?
I'm gonna explode it first.
Oh really? Let's vote. Who goes first?
I choose this one. This one.
That one? Alright, why don't you both go over and put them on the stump. Don't worry about the camera. If you hit my camera with your wand,
it'll explode.
That's okay. I'll take the risk. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It didn't even work.
It didn't get bigger, but it definitely blew up. Now for the clown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wow, he was completely eviscerated. He's still alive, Sparrow, look. Should we try and shoot him in the head now, Sparrow?
1, 2, 3.
Now that I felt comfortable with the Atman, it's time to see some action for her. She's got a job to do.
Gonna get that groundhog that's been digging through my yard, digging underneath my foundation.
It's groundhog time.
Time to go catch and cook groundhog.
It's showtime, Phil.
I just got to gas this baby up. I got the Tacticam attached, so we'll be able to get the finishing shot and do some catch and cook with the girls. You wouldn't believe they're actually excited about this. I'm excited about this. I have never eaten
the groundhog. So I guess the question we have to ask ourselves today is, does Phil feel lucky?
I've eaten a lot of weird stuff, so we'll gas her up. And then tomorrow morning, I'm ready for it.
Oh, shoot, he's right there by the back door. He's gone.
He might be okay.
There he is.
It's biggie.
This is a big one, huh?
Is it biggie?
It's a very biggie.
No, probably not now.
Sorry, folks. 6 more weeks of winter.
It's a big old woodchuck. Clean shot.
It feels nice.
It feels nice? Alright, well now we gotta process him. Woodchuck down. That's one less woodchuck that will not be digging under my foundation and messing with the sides of my foundation for the barn. It needs a lot of work, but that's one less thing I have to worry about at least. And there's still so many of them. Dear Jesus, thank you for this wonderful dinner. Thank you for the time and watching over us and protect us, keeping our family safe. Bless this food to our bodies. In Jesus' name, amen.
Now we want a heart.
Yeah. Alright, everybody dig in, see what you think. Just like chicken.
I'm gonna take one.
Thumbs down?
I love it.
You think it's good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know you like the cauliflower rice. Have you had a piece of the... Oh, you're just eating everything, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And you love it.
Can you save it? Because I actually do like it, but I want to play.
What's that?
I said I actually do like it, but I want to play.
So you want me to save it for you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Good. That's really good.
The cauliflower really blends in with the woodchuck.
The cauliflower rice?
So I hope that answers for you why I use air rifles over guns. It's fun. And it's a little bit challenging. There's some complications along the road, and there's a little bit more gear that's required, and maybe they're not as sustainable in a doomsday situation. But then again, if you have a little bit of extra gear and you have some gaskets and you know how to disassemble and reassemble your air rifle, there's a possibility it could be more useful. And there's no doubt that these things aren't capable and quite dangerous
The
at
Red Ryder
times.
200-shot range model air rifle. Oh my God, I shot my eye out.
But handled properly, they're quite safe, and blinking away at targets with a friend is always the best. Nothing like catching and cooking your own food, and even a spoon can be dangerous if you know how to use one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Fowler out.